Mick, how are you?
Very well, Tony, how are you?
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday back at you, lad.
I'm sure you've been thinking of nothing else but the Slovakia game. Can you give us an update on the health of some of the players?
Who like? I mean, it's
Shane Duffy, for example.
well. I've been in touch with Shane, and he said he'd be okay, and he wasn't sure he'd be involved, but I'm sure he was involved on Saturday to deal with Troy Deeney. I'm sure that was and he was playing. So let's hope he continues to play, because that's not always been the case. They played three at the back and three centre backs, and he's kind of mixed it up. So it's great to see him playing. Yeah, he's important for us.
Shane Long has got a lot of game time recently.
He has, yeah.
Have you gone to see him?
Yes, I've seen him, yeah. Had him watched, seen him. Yeah, he's looking healthy. He just needs to be playing. You know, nobody's doubting his ability, but when he's come in, he's been injured on a couple of occasions, and he's not been playing. So, best way to get back in the squad is play some games.
So, do you reckon, fitness permitting, he'll be in your squad?
I think it's the 16th. I announced that, so find out then. He's got a chance. He's got a much better chance if he's playing, Tony. That's simple as that. Yeah. He's got no chance if he's not playing.
Yeah. And James McCarthy, have you seen him recently? He's getting some game time.
Watched him on the television. No, I spoke to Roy about him. He's pleased with him. He's been playing regularly, and I'm down to go and see him play. So another one. It's better when they're playing.
But if players like Shane or James come into contention, obviously it's going to affect the balance of the squad or the numbers in the squad. How do you balance the loyalty of your players and what they've done so far versus the need to win these tournaments?
Well, it's always interesting how I'll be getting all these different names thrown at me that'll come in and want to play for the very first game, and continuity has been pretty much at the base of all my teams, and we've had that pretty much with the squad. And if you think about the best performance was the Denmark game, and I did point out to somebody, if I'd been at a club for 10 games and we'd had the results we'd had, you'd expect us to be getting better after 10 games and doing exactly the same things, or at least trying to. So there's not going to be no, big change, that's for sure. And if the lads who've been playing are fit, they'll be first in contention.
What about the under-21 game? Have you spoken to Stephen about what players he'll want, whether you obviously have first dibs on them?
Not really. The lads are doing all right. I know Adam Ida came in and scored a hat-trick, but he's not played since. Aaron Connolly's not playing. Troy Parrott couldn't go out on loan because of his age, because there was a problem there. If he did, he wouldn't be recognised as a home-based player. Jason Malumbi, saw him play yesterday. Jason Knight, I've watched. Lads are doing well. O'Shea scored yesterday. They're all doing well, but don't think for 1 minute, because all they're doing well in the Championship, they're all going to come in and play in the game against Slovakia, because that's not the case. But they're doing great, and it's brilliant for Stephen. If that's his under-21 squad and they're all going to be playing league football, it'll be much better for it.
At some point, though, you're going to have that conversation, aren't you? You're going to have to make a choice and say, I want Darren Connolly, for example, or Troy Parrott to come with the senior squad.
If I want them, yeah. Yeah, I spoke to him. And I spoke to him last week. I spoke to him, just chatting about players, but that's not an issue yet. No.
Okay. And the preparation, it's very short, isn't it, between the weekend where a lot of the players will be in action and
yeah, and that goes back to the same about loads of changes. And I believe is it Brighton and Southampton are playing on? Is it their game on the Sunday? I think they do. So they won't even be until Monday, any of the players. So, if Big Duffer and Aaron and Shane are playing on the Sunday, then I think it's that game. It is, I think. They'll not be doing anything until Monday. They have to have a recovery day on Monday. Tuesday's the only day we train. We travel on Tuesday. Look, there's not going to be great wholesale changes to this squad and to this team. No way.
So, Mick, your feeling is that it's...
I'm just doing that one first. Sorry. Unless you're finished.
Well, I was just going to say there, compared to this time last year, the wholesale changes that happened at the FAI, it's unrecognisable from 12 months ago.
Yeah.
How much have you been kept up to date on the situation? And
Completely up to date, yeah. I've met with Roy and Gary. I met with Quinny. Not that I needed to meet Quinny, of course, but I did, and yeah, I've been kept up to date about it. Everything seems a lot more positive moving forward, so let's hope that's the case.
Do you feel, though, an even bigger pressure, if you like, financially as well as for the sake of morale of qualifying with these two games?
No, I've been aware of it, Tony, ever since I took the job. You know, so it's not just being thrust upon me now that, you know, we've got 2 games, and if we qualify, we're all going to be a lot better off financially. Everybody's going to feel a lot better. The new people coming into the jobs are going to feel better. I'm going to feel better. That's not just. That has just sprung into my mind. That's been there since December the 1st, 18. So I'm more than aware what it stands for.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Stephen.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, Nick, is it a case then, it sounds like what you're saying, it's horses for courses, experienced players, you feel they're the ones who can get you the result that you need?
I think no, I don't think I know. I've been saying that all the time about the games. You know, players coming in. I'm not saying there's no chance for anybody else, but the best performance we had was against Denmark, and that team was, you know, players have been tried and tested anyway, and players have been around the squad. And I'm convinced. In fact, I know it's not a game for debutants to come in and be accepted into play. It's always exciting. It's a new story. It's great for you guys if there's one in. But if they come in and doesn't go well for them, which I don't know too many debutants who come in and play in a playoff game.
Do you feel, when you look at a couple of those key players for you, Darren Randolph, David McGoldrick, they've, I suppose, maybe had form at their clubs which might affect their confidence? Is that a concern considering they are key players?
No, I don't really think that all the players are that sensitive that it affects them that greatly. What affects them is not playing. If they're not playing all the way up to the time, then that would be a problem. I exchanged messages with David McGoldrick the other day. He was expecting to be back in training. And see, I look on the positive side of it, mate, that once he gets back in, which he will, he'll have had a break, he'll have had a rest. And so my point to him was, I see you'll be flying in March. I look forward to seeing you. Darren Randolph, I mean, I'd like him to be playing, of course, but even if he's not, I might make an exception for him because he's the best we've got by a good stretch.
Ken Whelan's playing League One football now.
Yeah.
Is that a bit of a worry as well, considering
No.
he's been a key man for you?
No, not at all. He was playing at Hearts before, and I'm not teaching Glenn Whelan new tricks. I'm not showing him anything to do. Glenn Whelan, as long as he's fit, he'll be running around just as hard in the First Division as he was anywhere else. So, wherever he's fit, he's fine, as long as he's playing.
And just finally to ask you as well, can you, like, looking at Slovakia, I'm sure you've been analysing it a bit over the last couple of months.
Only a bit. I've had a look at them a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the feeling? Are you, when you see what they've done in their own campaign, are you feeling confidence?
They're a third place team like we are. They lost one game at home to Croatia. They drew with Wales. Like I said, finished similarly to us. They've had 12 games, I think. Won 6, drawn 2, lost 4. Was it? Results have been good at home. We've got some good players playing for good clubs. They've had a settled team. 6 of them have played in most of the games, and then 4 or 5 of them have played in pretty much most of them. I watched them there with Jane. We did a bit a couple of weeks ago. They're a good side. They're as third place. They're as good as us. They've got some really good players. It's going to be a hard game, isn't it? Like I said, they've lost 1 at home. That was Croatia. And we all know how good a team Croatia are.
Does it change your approach at all, Mick? The fact that obviously the way the playoffs are set up this time round, there's no sort of home and away leg. It's just it's like a semi-final final, but essentially it's one game to get
My
there.
approach in regard as to what my
Just
approach was.
in just how you're approaching this, like there's no going away and then, you know, having maybe a result to play for coming back home, or that
Well,
it's too straight away
we've
if we
tried-
can get through this.
We've tried to win all the games, so I'm not going to change that. And other than that, no, in terms of picking the team and how I play and what we do will be the same. We've tried to win them all.
Anyone else for the live section?
Mick, could I just ask about Troy Parrott? How pleased were you that he signed a new contract recently with Tottenham?
Well, not really. Wished he'd gone to Charlton and played games on loan. I don't know. He's great for him financially. He's got a new contract, but he's not letting him play, is it? I'm not bothered what length of contract he's got or what he does. It's playing football. I need to see him, and he was deprived of that because of his age at the end of it. And great for him. Delighted, thrilled, but I wish he was playing football somewhere because that'd be much better for us.
Was that the fact that the loan move didn't go through, was that like a blow in terms of his chances to figure in the Slovakia game?
Absolutely, yeah, it was. Yeah, if he's not playing competitive football, he's got very little chance of being in the squad.
Could I just ask as well about the lads at Sheffield United, John Egan and Stephen McGoldrick? They moved up to fifth yesterday. How important is it for Ireland to have players who are behind the table and in that kind of form and confidence?
It would be great, wouldn't it, if they're all in the Premier League playing in the top. You know, at one stage when we had a team, there were players that were coming from Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Celtic, one of the top, and all the players seem to be coming from top clubs. That's not the case now. But Sheffield United have done unbelievably well, and those lads are great. I mean, the Sheffield United boys are shoo-ins for the squad. They're just playing really well, and every time they turn up, they're great to have in the squad and play well. So I'm pleased for that.